It was good, boxing fans, boxing heads around the world. B Marsh back at it with the boxing video. So this is my breakdown and prediction for this fight. July 15th, super middleweight fight, IBO title held by Chris Eubank Jr. versus Arthur Abraham, King Art. You know what I mean? What is he? Lebanese? I think them fellas from Kim Kardashian, them country, right? But he's based out of Germany. Is he? I think he's Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I do know he's one of from them Middle Eastern kind of countries. I'm not gonna say Syria. I think Lebanese. You know, but King Art, man, King Art's gonna be challenging Chris Eubank Sr. You know what I mean? Junior, excuse me. This is a good fight, man. In my opinion, a 50-50 fight. This fight right here is about youth versus basically the old veteran, you know. Arthur Abraham was a long-time IBF champion, I'm saying. A guy who he never lost actually at middleweight, you know. His losses have come as a super middleweight, 168, you know what I mean? The fellas was like a champ of the IBF middleweight strap for like 4 to 5 years, you know. This guy right here at super middleweight, you know, he's had his wars with guys like Stieglitz. You know, I think Stieglitz was the first man to stop Arthur Abraham. I think they fought like 4 times. You know what I mean? Robert Stieglitz is a guy from Germany. You know, and I think he's retired now. Chris Eubank Sr., man, I'm doing this off the cuff. I don't even know these guys' measurements and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this off the cuff. I ain't do no homework. I ain't looking no box record, nothing, man. I'm just about to go in on off the cuff on what I think is gonna happen. Chris Eubank Sr. I think his last fight it was either in December or January, because I know I was on vacation when I watched that, and the man washed his opponent. That's when I think he got the ITV pay-per-view deal. You know what I mean? And fought that guy, whoever he was, can't even remember his name, and he beat him easily, you know. And Chris Eubank Sr. Jr. actually has only one loss on his resume, and that's the Billy Joe Saunders, a fight where I'd watched Eubank Sr. before, and there was a lot of hype about him. And then I watched that fight with Billy Joe. I watched it live the Saturday it came on in the afternoon, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? This guy's too big to be looking." To be being given work by this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was being outboxed by Billy Joe. And I was like, yo, that's what they talk about, gassing this guy? But then the second half of the fight was a totally different fight. That fight, Eubank Sr. versus I said Eubank Sr. Eubank Jr. versus Billy Joe Saunders, you know. He came on strong. Billy Joe showed like he had some stamina issues. This guy, Chris Eubank Sr., was throwing hellacious body shots, stalking the man. And in my opinion, man, he almost damn near came back and won that fight. But, man, he gave up the first 5, 6, 7 rounds, man. It was just, he ain't do enough to come back and get the victory, you know. So, he's a vicious body puncher. That's what I see from this guy, Chris Eubank Sr. He's a guy, in my opinion, not so much technically sound as far as boxing, using his jab and setting up shots. He's kind of a guy who's a guy who wants to stalk you, cut off the ring, and just pummel you, throw body shots, get you in a corner and just wear you down, you know what I'm saying, on some, just wear you down on some Baby Bull Diaz type shit, just, get you in the corner, throw body shots and just take away your energy, Well, the guy Arthur Abraham, on the other hand, as far as footwork, he's not the fastest or fleet at foot, but he's a guy who he keeps that high guard, man. He keeps that high guard on some peekaboo type shit, And he's a guy, man, very strong dude, man. Very strong dude, man. This guy, like I said, for 12 rounds he keeps a high guard, meaning he gets hit a lot in the arms, in the shoulders. And the guy still be fighting, But Arthur Abraham, in my opinion, is a guy who doesn't have a high punch output. He's kind of a guy who likes to steal rounds, you know what I mean? Who'd he fight? The Paul Smith kid? The guy, Paul Smith, he fought him twice. He beat him, but the first one was kind of controversial. Martin Murray, I had Martin Murray winning that fight, you know what I'm saying? That was controversial too, But The man Arthur Abraham's the kind of guy in that peekaboo style, keeps that high guard, and he be trying to steal rounds, you know what I mean? He's the kind of guy who, like, if you watch the Arthur Abraham fight, he was in there. He was getting outboxed, in my opinion, but what would maybe win him rounds is he comes back with flurries. He guards his chin well, which he does have a solid chin. One of the best chins in this era of boxing from the 2000s. Whenever he been a pro till today, he has one of the most iron cast chins, in my opinion. Rock solid chin. I seen the man fight with Edison Miranda. This man had his jaw hanging down to his shoulder, dogs. The man's chin was broken. This man ain't quit. He ain't quit. He still fought this guy, Edison Miranda, who was a wicked, mean puncher, man. A guy you test your best champions and contenders against. And Arthur Abraham still won the fight with a broken jaw. It was amazing, It was unlike what a guy like, what's the man name? Victor Ortiz did, you know what I mean? You check it when Jesucito Lopez broke the man jaw, you know what I'm saying? But I think Arthur Abraham, of course, he's fought the better competition, and this is a big test for Chris Eubank Jr., you know what I mean? But I do believe this man, Arthur Abraham, is on a slide, as far as world-class boxing. And when we've yet to know if this man, Chris Eubank Jr., is a world-class boxer, because he ain't get that opportunity versus Triple G, They kind of stiffed him out of that payday. So he's fought, the best guy I say is Billy Joe Saunders on his resume. He's yet to avenge that loss, and he lost that fight, in my opinion. And, I'd like to see him against other world-class fighters. And so far, this guy, Arthur Abraham, will be the best guy on his resume. Arthur Abraham, I think he's, his fight against, what's his name? Zurdo. Gilberto Ramirez, the man got outboxed thoroughly, man. I never seen the man Arthur Abraham lose like that, man. He just was beaten in every facet. So, there's ways to beat Arthur Abraham. He's not invincible, and the pure boxer, in my opinion, beats this guy 9 out of 10 times, you know what I mean? But this guy does have devastating power. You see what he did to fellas like Jermaine O'Neal, This guy, he gave the man a brain bleed, This guy does have power, I thought his power was strong at 160, but even at 168, he can knock fellas out, you know what I mean? But I just think Chris Eubank Jr. has youth on his side. This guy, Arthur Abraham, has been through, I'm not going to say too many wars, you know what I mean? But he has been in some wars, and, he's up there in age at 37. I'm not even sure how old Chris Eubank Jr. is, But I see the man, Chris Eubank Jr., ripping this man with body shots, ripping him with the shots on his shoulders, his arms, making this guy drop his guard, you know what I mean? Because that's the only way he'll be able to even tag him in the face. And if the man tries to Arthur Abraham does drop his guard trying to throw punches, that's where this guy Chris Eubank Jr. has to work out a game plan to be efficient and effective enough to land some shots in between when the guy does drop his high guard, you know what I mean? Just so the man, Arthur Abraham, could think twice if he wants to drop his high guard, because he's getting caught with shots now when he's trying to, make them late round, stealing the rounds, you know what I mean? Like he tries to do. That's basically Arthur Abraham style, man. That's why some of his fights are hard to judge, like Martin Murray, because he's there taking punches for like damn near two minutes, and then he lets his hand go for the last minute, But I know Chris Eubank Jr. knows that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's watched film, and this is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, I think Arthur Abraham could win this fight too, if he can withstand Chris Eubank Jr.'s athleticism and his youth, you know what I mean? And if he shows this guy, Chris Eubank Jr., you ain't getting me out of here. And if he can go through his punches, keep his high guard up like he usually does, and he himself implement the same kind of game plan like Chris Eubank Jr. as far as going to the body, ripping body shots, and just also following and, cutting off the ring and stalking your opponent, then King Art also has a chance, you know what I mean? But ultimately, I just think, the youth and the punch variety of this guy, Chris Eubank Jr., like the way he did the kid that he put in the hospital. What's the guy's name? Nick Blackwell, He unleashed a hellacious combinations to the head, you know, and to the body. But it was a nice punch variety. His pops had to tell him, now you just got to focus on his body, man, because you about to put this kid away. You know, he's taking too many headshots, you know what I mean? And I'm sure Arthur Abraham knows that too, so he's going to also have to unleash shots back, you know? He can't be gun shy in this fight. If he is, he ain't going to beat this kid, you know what I mean? He ain't going to beat Chris Eubank Jr., and I'm going to have to pick Chris Eubank Jr. to win this fight by split decision. You know, I think he's going to win it maybe 7 rounds to 5. Where it might be able to go either way, because I think Arthur Abraham is coming to England to also show he's still, you know, this fight is for an IBO title. You know, it's not one of the more the major sanctioning body titles, but it is a title that, you know, you could have leverage with, you know what I mean? And, you know, Arthur Abraham, I'm sure, you know, he ain't looking to quit no time soon, but it's up to Chris Eubank Jr. to make that decision for him, you know what I mean? But I think the younger guy will prevail. But I think Arthur Abraham has a 50-50 chance to win this fight, you know what I mean? But, you know, I thought he might have a chance against Zurdo, you know, but he got washed, you know what I'm saying? And I think Zurdo will beat the Chris Eubank Jr., you know what I mean? You know, but I'd also still like to see Roberto Ramirez Zurdo in world-class fights, you know what I mean? Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. I got Chris Eubank Jr. by split decision, but I think it could go either way. I think this man, Arthur Abraham, might also win this fight. So split decision victory for Chris Eubank Jr., but Arthur Abraham might also get that victory. Same way, 7-5, but I'm giving it the edge to the younger guy. English son, Chris Eubank Jr. Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. I'm gone. Peace.